Hey folks, Rick Carranza here. If you don't know who I am, I'm a comedian, I'm a host, and I'm a streamer. Now, a few of you have wanted to see my setup. So today's video, we're gonna have a look. Now, this is my space for working from home, creating content, streaming, and gaming. I'm going to go through each part of my setup, what I have, and I will pop links to everything in the description below. Now, before we start this tour, just to let you know that this setup, it's taken a long time to get to where it is right now, to a point where I think I'm pretty happy with it. It will always change. There'll always be stuff that I want to add or remove. Now, before we go into the tour as well, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who liked my previous video and to also those new subscribers. Hello and welcome back. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, I would absolutely appreciate it. Trying to hit 500 on here, so that would be absolutely fantastic. Starting with the desk itself, I'm using the old IKEA favorite of Alex drawers and a 2-meter desktop because no other reason than I just really wanted a bigger desk.
And here's the thing, it'll give us so much extra space in our room to do activities.
At the back of this, I have also got a RGB light strip, a color light one, because RGB 100% makes you a much better gamer. Now, about a year ago, I started working from home. And one of the things I realized very, very quickly when you're working from home is to be comfortable. Now, I used to be using this gamer chair, which I'd bought because, again, wanting to be a gamer. But I realized that spending over 8 hours a day sitting on it led to a lot of back pain. And as someone in their 40s, I don't want back pain. Everything else causes me enough pain. So after a lot of research for the last year, I have been using the FlexiSpot BS8, and I've paired it with a footrest that I also bought from Amazon. It means that those long days working from home are a lot more comfortable. Now, for my setup, I'm actually running a dual PC and Mac setup. I know, am I actually allowed to mix those things up? Well, I have. Now, I'm going to throw the specs up on the screen for each of the machines, but my Mac, it is a 2019 16-inch MacBook Pro. It's got a 2.6 gig, 6-core i7, a 16 gig of DDR4 memory, an AMD 5300, again with 4 gig, and a 500 gig SSD. Now, I use my Mac as my general go-to machine. It's the one that I use for editing, for streaming, and it's plugged into a 27-inch Dell monitor. Now, the PC is one that I built myself, something that I've been wanting to do for absolute years, and I managed to build it on a budget. Again, I'm going to throw the specs up on the screen. This has a AMD Ryzen 5 3600 6-core processor, 32 gig of DDR4 RAM, an NVIDIA 1660, 2 terabyte hard drive, as well as 2 250 gig SSDs. And this is all plugged into a 24-inch AOC 120 Hz display. As I mentioned, this is a gaming PC that I built on a budget for gaming. I mean, I even managed to build it during the great GPU shortage of 2020-2021. Now, in future, I would definitely like to upgrade the CPU and GPU, but for now, it does run all the games that I enjoy playing. Now, working from home, I also have a 14-inch MacBook Pro, which I was supplied with, and I can swap it out with my 16-inch MacBook Pro by just switching over these two cables here, which means it will use all the same peripherals that I have. Let's talk about the peripherals that I have, starting with my keyboard and mouse. Now, because I have two systems, I wanted to be able to switch between them seamlessly. And rather than getting a KVM switch, I am using the Logitech MX Master mouse, which is an absolute joy to use in terms of ergonomics, as well as paired up with the Logitech Mechanical Mini Keyboard. This means I can simply move my mouse from one system to the other like some sort of mousy ninja.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
Now, for audio, my PC is using Creative Pebble speakers, and for my Mac, I just use the inbuilt speakers on the MacBook Pro itself. They are brilliant. Now, for when I'm streaming, I'm using these Corsair HS35 headphones. Bought them on a budget. They're absolutely fantastic for what I need them for, and when I'm not using them, I can hang them on this hook underneath my desk. Now, for capturing audio, I'm using the Shure MV7. It's like the baby SM7B without spending all of that money on it, and it still sounds and looks absolutely fantastic. I connect it via computer to USB, but it does have an XLR output as well. And this is on a newer boom arm. I also have a microphone for my PC, and this is the Shure MV5. Again, I've had this microphone for absolutely years. I used to use it for podcasting out and about, and it is absolutely fantastic. For lighting around my desk, as well as the RGB strip behind my desk, I also have this IKEA lamp, which I popped a smart bulb into. It just brings a little bit of light into a darker corner of my desk. Now, for lighting me on stream and on videos like this, I am using the Logitech Litra Beam. I bought it because I like the design, but what I don't like about it is that it doesn't integrate with my stream decks. Come on, Logitech. Yes, I have two webcams. I have an OBSBot Tiny 4K. This is my main webcam. But I also have this one here, the Logitech Stream Cam, for just having a second camera angle to play around with. I like having it. It's a lot of fun. In terms of what's in front of me on my desk, I have two Stream Decks, a fingerprint reader for Windows Hello, a dinosaur pen holder because I'm 41, and a 3-in-1 charger for my iPhone, watch, and AirPods, as well as a HomePod Mini. There's also this pot here, which I use to keep various fidget toys, as well as a timer to help manage my focus, because ADHD is a lot of fun to have. Behind my gaming monitor, I have what was a monitor shelf that I've repurposed. It has on it the IKEA lamp, a stand for holding the MacBook that I'm not using, and underneath the shelf you'll find various notebooks and also a charging stand for my first generation Apple Pencil. Now, next to this side of the desk, I have an IKEA pegboard, which has various cables and accessories that I want to have easy access to, and of course, some more RGB. And lastly, on top of the desk, I have a 4TB NAS drive for backups. Now, under the desk, I've done my best to cable manage. I've got these J channels for hiding cables and these trays for my larger items, such as this Anker Thunderbolt dock, which gives my Mac more ports, such as USB, HDMI, and Ethernet. There's also an additional Anker USB hub, which has my microphone, Stream Decks, and capture card plugged into it, an Ethernet switch that all my devices are connected to the internet via Ethernet, and as well my capture card for the Elgato HD60X. This is a brilliant capture card, so I can capture my gaming on my PC on my Mac. Now, around the rest of the room, you can see that I've got various pictures and collectibles that I like. I've got a floating IKEA shelf above my desk, which has various Star Trek and Star Wars merch, as well as some plants. I'm trying not to kill them, but I've been unsuccessful so far. Behind me, you'll always see a Kallax that has various collectibles, board games, and comics. Now, on this unit, I've put some Tapo LED strips, and these can be controlled by HomeKit, and I absolutely love them. Now, one part you hardly ever see on my stream is this alcove. In here, I've got a bully bookcase with all my books, comics, and again, I'm using Tapo LED strip to light this all up, as well as these shelves that I've got various collectibles on as well. So that's my setup for 2024. No doubts, it will completely change again. There'll be parts that I add, parts that I remove. It'll be interesting to see in a year's time what this video looks like. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, let me know in the comments, especially if you'd like me to go into more depth to any of the tech that I have. And please make sure that you like this video and subscribe for more tech content and geeky content as well. If you didn't like this video, I'm very impressed that you made it this far. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.